Using rich culture as its backdrop and tradition as the key ingredient, Karampodi has outdone itself by adding new regulars to the South Indian palate, which is really exciting. This place is a must-try for bold flavors and classic dishes, and the bravery in new recipes. Make sure you come get your fix.
Appam with fish pulusu. Appam is a trademark food of Kerala. It is a dosa that is infused with coconut milk and cooked rice that is grounded up and put into the batter. This is served with fish pulusu. Fish pulusu is an Andhran dish that is a tangy, tamarind-filled fish curry that is served with a soupy gravy. Now, this combination is something that's very unusual for me. Let's try it out. Me personally, I've never had appam before, so I'm gonna have a bit of it on its own to get the taste, the idea for the taste of the coconut and you know, the ground rice that's infused into the dough. It just tastes like a bit sweeter, creamier dosa. Let's try it out with the fish. I've never had fish with dosa or appam, and I must say I might be a regular here just for this. It's a great combination. You must try it. Idli with natukodi. Now, idlis are traditionally served with just these three, the sambar and the two chutneys. There's no non-veg. The only time idlis are had with non-vegetarian where I'm from or in my household is when it's a festival or some type of special occasion. But I guess every day is a special occasion here. And also a little bit about idlis. They're just circular shaped rice cakes that are they're steamed, and it's a traditional Indian breakfast on the go. Really popular South Indian breakfast, pretty much like pancakes, but you know, spicy because they're Indian. Let's try it out. Now, normally when I have idlis with anything other than sambar, I feel like I'm doing something wrong or I'm sinning, but hopefully this will be worth it. Because just the texture of non-veg with idlis to me is a bit foreign due to my background, I guess, but let's try it out. The idli just crumbles in your mouth and it leaves you with a nice shell around the chicken. Your chicken is also not too spicy, and I don't think this particular country chicken ran that fast. So it's not as stringy as I thought it would be. Very well cooked, tastes amazing. Pootie with Yattaman. Now, pootie, which is traditionally a deep-fried Indian bread, is made from unleavened whole wheat flour, but usually it's served with some type of potato stew or curry. But in this case, it becomes another one-off treat, because with the puri we have Yattaman, which translates to goat meat curry, and this is traditionally made in villages with male goats, so the meat is a little bit tougher and the gravy is usually a bit spicier than what we're used to. So let's try it out. Now, the pootie is traditionally a bit greasy and crunchy because it's not the healthy alternative that we're having here. It is the classic recipe, the on-the-go traditional Indian breakfast food that we're used to, mixed with, you know, the really heavy, spicy, smoky mutton with a bit of toughness to it. Let's try it out. So while the mutton is spicy, it's balanced out because of the marinade that they used for the meat before mixing it into the gravy. So it really comes together along with the puri. I wish I could have this for breakfast every day, but I think my mom would kill me, but it's delicious. Teenmar dosa. Now teenmar is a type of music which hopefully is playing. Hopefully they added that in post. Teenmar dosa is this dosa that is a triple treat. It is dosa, this crunchy dosa, filled to the brim with minced fish, mutton, and chicken. So I'm excited. Let's try it out. And I'm gonna do a triple decker of dosa. 2 chutneys. I'm gonna just dip it in the sambar. Amazing. Mixing non-veg with dosa, but that kind of turns into kind of more, I think, African cuisine. I can't remember which country, but it's really new in India and it's really amazing. And I think Karampodi is the only place that has it that I've heard of. Come check it out. Taramati kodi. This is something very special. You can tell just by looking at it. This is a chicken that is deep fried in spices, the usual suspects, coriander, garlic, chili powder, salt, the usual. Then it's taken out and it's put on a stick, and then they put these potato chips, which are in-house made just for this. They don't actually make them potato chips all the way. They cook them a little bit. They stick everything on the stick together, and then they deep fry it again. They bring it out and it is served with this delicious mint chutney. Let's try it out. Someone actually had to tell me that the thinly sliced potatoes were raw and then they were put on the stick and deep fried together, because I'm kind of dumb and I thought they took ready-made potato chips and stabbed a hole down the middle, and obviously that's not possible. So kudos for the innovation. Let's try it out. It's like KFC chicken, but instead of the shell, you have this like delicious corn flour shell which almost tastes like the original recipe KFC chicken, and then it has the crunchiness to it from the potato chip. So it's something special. I think this is my favorite so far at Karampodi. A must try. Come check it out. Karampodi baby corn, a house specialty. Now this dish is a twist on the restaurant standard that you find everywhere, which is the deep fried baby corn. In this case, it's something completely new and something you've never tried before, because at Karampodi, they have 4 chili powders that they serve on each table that everyone gets. And apart from that, they have 2 secret ones, which are used in the sauce or in the marinade for the baby corn. Now, this is made up of a peanut-based chili powder, which gives it that nutty, roasted flavor, I've been told. So I can't wait to try it. Let's try it out. Now, I'm a huge fan of baby corn because corn gets stuck in your teeth and baby corn does not. That's it, there's no joke. Let's try it out. You can taste the marinade first over everything else, and it is the peanut flavor that stands out as the key ingredient in the marinade. and the granulated flavor of the baby corn adds to the nutty flavor and the aftertaste. It is almost as good as the Karampodi chicken, but since I'm carnivorous, I'm gonna have to, you know, call it a close draw. You should come try it. Ulavacharu Yattaman, a transformative effort. This twist on the South Indian soup that is usually served over rice is used this time to create a savory mutton appetizer. Ulavacharu, which is usually made in the coastal regions of Vijayawada in Andhra, is actually kind of a cult classic and is made using these grains called ulavalu. And it is made into a soup. In this case, it has been marinated, the mutton has been marinated in ulavacharu. They made the entire ulavacharu dish as a soup, and then they took the mutton and they cooked it inside to marinate it, as well as coating it with a sauce of ulavacharu right after it is cooked in that same marinade. So from the first bite to the last, you'll taste the juiciness and the flavors of the soup in every bite. Let's try it out. The mutton has been slow roasted to perfection, and the ulavacharu gravy, or the soup that they put over it, doesn't have the same texture that is usually found in ulavacharu that is served over rice. It's a bit more syrupy, more viscous, a bit more thick, so it's more like finger food. It's a great appetizer, great experiment, and it worked great. Dal Chori, which is a traditional Indian rice dish, is made of tawar dal, which is pigeon peas, and rice. It is made in a pressure cooker. It's spliced with a bunch of spices like salt, garlic, coriander, chili powder, onions, tomatoes. It's all cooked into a pan until it's slow cooked and kind of a bit more pudding-like. And it's usually served by itself. It's known for being a homemade food all around India. And this time we're gonna have it on its own, but it's also great with papad or any other curry, so let's try it out. Traditionally, or usually at home, this is had with papad or some type of dry non-veg curry. But this, from the smoke, I can already tell that this has more garlic, more spices in it. It's a bit less bland and a bit more of a dish that stands on its own, has its own flavors. So it's a bit spiked up that way, and it's definitely a good thing because it's more filling and it leaves you with way more taste than a traditional khichdi. So you should definitely come check it out. Gongura Mutton Biryani. Gongura is a native green leaf found in the southern parts of India. Usually in cooking, it is used for its tangy flavors. Traditionally used in curries such as Gongura mutton curry or a chicken curry of some sort. In this case, it's used as a key ingredient or a secret ingredient brought in to this, traditional mutton biryani recipe to kick it up a notch. Let's try it out. This is biryani on steroids because the golden fried crunchy sweet onions and all the regular flavors that you find in biryani are now kicked up a notch by the gongura and the masala that they used and that they made it in. So the tanginess perfectly complements all the other flavors that are in it. It's definitely something I've never had before and something you might only find at Karampodi. Definitely come check it out. Ragi sangati and natukodi pulusu. Ragi sangati is this big ball of carbs that you see in front of me. Believe it or not, it is made in a pressure cooker out of millet flour and rice. It is very rich in vitamins and minerals. It's a staple across Rayalaseema, Andhra and Telangana, so it is very popular. And today we're going to be having it with this Natukodi Pulusu, which translates to wild chicken soup. And it is pretty much the same thing as the curried chicken, except in a more soupy gravy. Let's try it out. I don't know the order here, what to try or what to put on first, because I've had ragi sangati 3 or 4 times in my life, but it's really filling and it's really good. It tastes, the closest alternative to this in other food is like grits. So let's try it out. The chicken is very spicy and the ghee really kind of coats the spicy flavors of the chicken. It's really soupy and it doesn't really kind of conflict with the ragi sangati. It's a perfect kind of complement to it, and also it feels like I already chewed up the rice in my mouth and it's here for me, but it's more healthy and it tastes better. So try it out. Apricot Trifle, which is a twist on the classic trifle pudding, which is a refrigerated dessert made from custard, sponge cake, and a mixture of fruits, and it is kept in the refrigerator till it's formed into a nice jelly-like state. And here it is. This is a great finish for any meal, and I think this one has less fruits and more sponge cake, and it's a bit more textured like flan instead of a custard. So let's try it out. A very solidified, chalky flan texture to it, and the sponge cake is kind of the crust at the bottom. Imagine it's a really hot day and you eat a cloud that's flavored like an apricot. That's pretty much what just happened to me. So if you want it to happen to you, come eat here. Rava Kesari. This is an Indian dessert made from semolina. Semolina is a granulated whole wheat that is purified. It is also used in making couscous and other pastas. In this case, this is a dessert, so it is made on a pan. It is boiled with water and sugar and other things to give it that sweetness that puts it over the top. And then a lot of fruits are added, and cashews and raisins. This is usually a dessert that is served around festival times, to God, to people. It is a very joyous occasion. Hopefully this will be as well. Let's try it out. There's a lot of pineapples and apples in this kesari, which is usually different from the stuff I've had, which is raisins and cashews. But it reminds me of a pastry and I like it more. You should definitely come try it out.
Stick with us and subscribe to Hungree. And don't forget to check out Hungree.in, where we make food an adventure.